How do you get your audience to see your brand and want your service, starting from the very first part of their customer journey? I'm Spencer Johnson. Welcome to the Haven blog. Today I am talking about part one of the customer journey, which I started going through last week. Part number one is awareness. You have to make your audience aware that you exist up front, and you cannot expect them to take an action from that introduction. So I'm going to cover three things that an awareness campaign does and two things that it does not do, but the things that you can do about that. All right, so number one, for the first part of the customer journey, we're going to talk about awareness. What it does is it establishes your brand in the customer's mind as being some kind of subject matter expert or amateur related to any particular subject, okay? You may come off as the expert from day one. That's great. If you can do that, you're doing a lot of things right. But chances are, unless you have a very established brand that's well known in a community, in a region, in a country, and whatever, people are going to see you as kind of just this other voice in the room, but you don't have any credibility yet. So what it does is it establishes your brand in some way. Number two, it introduces your service. You should be very clear in the copy that's in the text, in the headline, or on the graphic itself that's introducing you in the ad. You should be very clear about what your service is. For example, we do online advertising. Pretty straightforward, right? So that's number two, is it introduces your brand. Number three, it should actually give your brand some element of personality, whether that is super high-end, super produced video, whether it is, as simple as a selfie, or somewhere in the middle. You've kind of got to feel that out. You got to see what works, what doesn't. Sometimes you pair amateur selfie with some graphic design, and that looks pretty good, right? So there's a spectrum. You've got to play, you got to see what actually works for you, what people engage with. But that's the third thing, is it's going to give your brand some kind of personality. So the three things that it does, again, establish your brand, introduce your service, and gives your brand personality. The thing that I can't make clear enough is that there are two very important things that this awareness campaign does not do. It does not sell, and it shouldn't end, okay? So what I mean by it doesn't sell, Donald Miller from StoryBrand gives a really good example of, you don't walk up to somebody at the bar and say, hey, you want to get married, right? Of course, the answer is no. Your customer, your client, whether it's B2B, B2C, it's probably a very similar relationship with, a lot of advertisers out there where they're coming and saying, hey, nice to meet you. Do you want to buy something, right? Well, no, I'm not ready for that yet. I have not yet entered the consideration phase in this relationship. So no, stand back. That's okay. We need to understand that. We need to come to terms with it, because there are some people who, your smile, it's going to spark their interest, right? And so that's what I mean by the copy and the graphic design or the video that you're using in your ad. It gets somebody's attention and it makes them consider your brand as the solution to their problem, right? So it does not sell, and that's okay. And number two, it does not end with this first interaction. There should be many different ads, many different interactions that bring awareness to your potential customers about your service and about your brand. This should not be one and done. That's like walking into a room saying hi, nobody paying attention, and leaving. It just doesn't work that way. There's got to be more effort put into it. So those are the two things that I'm going to leave you with, is it does not sell and it does not end. My next video, I'm walking you through the entire customer journey. So my next video is going to be all about leading them through the consideration phase, all of the different elements. So be on the lookout for that. Hope you've had a great Monday. Hope you have a great start to the week. Talk to you later.